Welcome to Hoodies. It is 100 degrees outside and we are on the road to 500 subscribers. If you guys are new here, please do consider subscribing. And for everyone who's already been watching, welcome back. So like I mentioned, it's 100 degrees today and the AC on my car has been having a bit of a problem. This is really common on all of the P1 Volvos. Basically, anytime it gets really hot or when you're just putting a lot of load on the car, the AC starts to blow hot. So it'll be cold and they'll just stop working altogether, which is not very fun in this weather. So there's a fix for this. I didn't come up with this. It's already in the forums, but I'm just gonna try it and see if it works today. So all we're gonna need is a T25 Torx bit. I'm using these 4-inch zip ties. These are a lot smaller and they're rated to 185 degrees. Not exactly perfect, but a lot better than others, and just a flat head. I have the car up on ramps right now. We should be able to do everything on ramps. Just need to take off the splash pan. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. As usual, if you guys remember the long hair, I always wear a bandana when I work on cars. I recently asked my nanny to get me some bandanas. This is what she chose. I swear I have no idea where she gets this stuff, but you already know we're gonna wear it. Let's get it on. Ghost Rider. How do I look? So I already went ahead and took off the splash pan, one bolt here and then the two in the front, and it just falls down. And there is your compressor right there. Now I know we're gonna put the zip ties on these little semicircle parts, but the gap that we're referring to is actually the gap between the pulley and this part. So that gap, that seems very hard to see, but you see that dark shadow, that gap is what we're talking about. Here's a better look. You see that gap right there. So basically by attaching zip ties to these points, it's just gonna bring these closer together and reduce that gap. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. We're gonna use a flathead screwdriver to get some room under here and push the zip tie. I'm gonna put all of them on the right side. So here, here, and here. Let's do it. Alright, so I'm wearing gloves because if you've driven before this part is very hot. But basically you can see I have the zip tie under there. It was really hard to find a screwdriver that worked, so I actually am using a punch right here. It's much smaller, and all I did was use this punch, go under here, and I'm basically pushing this up so that I can move that zip tie under there. So now I'm going to loop it around and tighten it, and I'll show you what it looks like. So the zip tie is on there and I cut it, and you can see that's just going to push that against the pulley and reduce the gap, and I can already see the gap is way smaller than it was before. So basically all you do is do that to all three sides. I'm putting mine all on the right, and then we'll go ahead and start the car up and see if it works. Alright, so all three ties are on. You can already see the gap is way less. I'll move it around so you can see all around. It looks equal, but definitely less than before. And that was surprisingly easy. I would say that only took me about 20 minutes. Definitely helps if you do have a punch or something really small. Might be a little bit more difficult with a screwdriver. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and leave this exposed. I will go turn on the car and the AC, make sure that it's cycling on and off properly and there's no weird noises or anything like that. And I might just trim these down a little bit more. Okay, so no weird noises. It's cycling like it should. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the AC and go for a drive. It's about 100 degrees right now. It's cold. It's really cold, but let's see if it stays that way. So I'm gonna go for a little drive and I'll update you guys in a few minutes. So far so good. So I've been driving for a bit now. I drove around the city and now I'm on the freeway because the freeway is where I was having the most trouble in the past. Basically what would happen is anytime the car was under strain, and especially when you're accelerating, the air would just come out hot. And now it's blowing a lot more consistently. It's cold and it's comfortable. I would like it to be a little bit colder, so I might check and see if it needs some refrigerant. But other than that, this is so much better, completely free, and is a fix to the problem for me. I highly recommend this method. It was very easy. I think it will take most people under an hour, and you will have cold AC again. And I just wanted to mention, it got even hotter. This is in 102 degrees, so that might be why it's not icy cold, because usually that makes a difference. So again, thank you guys so much. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. I can't do it without you guys. I really appreciate you all watching. I hope that this video was helpful, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.